Okay, so the next thing we'll look up is actually how to do categories. Before we actually create our questions, we want to be sure we know where we're going to be putting them. So over here on the My Data section, you'll see the thing for categories. And if you'll click on that, it'll take you to that page. The default is to have the generic parent one, which is the only thing you'll likely see when you come up here. So in order to keep your questions that you create in banks that are related to different subject areas, you go up to Create New Category. And then the parent category is very much like the one that you had there with the generic. So the generic was the first one. So if you wanted to add new ones in the way that I had my different classes listed, you just type that in there and then click Add Parent Category. If you'd like to create things underneath that, so let's, for example, if I'm doing my IB environmentals, but I wanted to separate it by different tests or different subjects, then you create a subcategory underneath that, much as you do just folders. And then once you do that, you add your subcategory, and then that would take you back to all of your different ones. So then when you have these down arrows, you can then see what has been added to each of those. So if you have stuff that is for all of your classes, that would probably be a good thing to put in generic parent. If you have stuff that's subject specific, then that's probably easier to categorize them underneath different folder headings. Once you've got that, it makes it very easy to categorize questions that you make, which can then be made in one of two places. You can either create them in a test that you make, or you can create them in an actual question bank. When you make the questions in tests, it will automatically store them in your question bank. This one, you actually start creating the test in and of itself. You go to New Test and start creating it. For today, I'm going to start with question bank, and then we'll move on from how to create one after we've created a question bank.